Welcome back, Van Heis. Last week, you probably remember I introduced you to an artist named Gordon Parks. Now, this artist was not a painter or a drawer or a sculptor, he was a photographer. A really important black photographer, and part of the reason we're looking closely at his work this month is because it is Black History Month, and it's important for us to know about these historical black artists that shifted the art world for the better. This week, we're going to be taking a look at another photographer. This photographer goes by the name Vic Ingles. It's actually his Instagram handle. The artist's real name is Victor Thomas, and what he does is he uses forced perspective to take these incredible shots in New York City. The artist will find these locations on top of buildings and bridges and take these really incredible shots, oftentimes including his feet or somebody else standing. And the way that he takes these photos, it almost looks like he himself is a giant compared to all these little buildings. And this photography by Vic Ingles got me thinking about the idea of forced perspective, or what is sometimes known as trick photography. This week, I'm going to be asking you each to be a forced perspective photographer and create your own trick photo. Now, I don't expect anybody to climb to the top of a building and take like some kind of crazy vantage point shot, but there are some pretty cool techniques and tricks that you can try out at home. For example, when you take a look at these photos, notice how the objects in the photos are actually small in real life, but the way that the objects have been arranged with the people makes them look really, really big. Another thing you could do that you could try using forced perspective is you could try altering where the gravity is in the photo. When you look at these ones, notice how these people are sitting. This is a simple trick done by just rotating the camera or taking a picture and then rotating it afterwards. I'm going to take a few minutes to set up a forced perspective camera shot of my own, just to give you an idea for maybe what this could look like or one direction you could go. And then I'm going to be asking you to try out this on your own. So this is going to be pretty fun. I think we're going to get some really incredible camera shots. So let's get started. All right, so the object I chose to enlarge is this action figure of Black Panther. You can see I have a pencil next to him to show the scale. And I want to see if I can set up a shot that makes Black Panther look life-size. I'm using my laptop and Seesaw just to demonstrate. Some tools that I'm going to be using are a notebook and a thing to hold soda cans. And that's what I'm going to actually use to stand my object up, my Black Panther action figure up, and that way he'll be able to freely stand close to the camera. Now the cool thing about Seesaw that I've discovered with my webcam is it will focus on both objects in the foreground and in the background, so there isn't a blurry object in front or back. So my shot was looking good, but the button for taking the picture was so far away that I had to actually find a tool to help me press the shutter button. I ended up using this extendable fly swatter thing I have. As you can see, it extends, which is great, but it might be more helpful to have a family member or friend help take the photo. So naturally this took a couple of tries to get right, but afterwards, check it out. Here's 4 pretty good shots, and sure enough, Black Panther looks pretty life-size compared to everything in the background. And honestly, that is the beauty of forced perspective. Making things look not exactly as they are, but making them seem bigger, smaller. You're really just forcing the viewer to see something a certain way. So, thanks so much for trying this out, Van Heis. I cannot wait to see what type of trick photography you create. And make sure to send me a photo on Seesaw, and we'll be looking at them at our next Zoom meeting. Have fun!